You want to start with Ashley Janay's story? Man, that's been
Yeah, we
all over the
can.
internet, man. Let me catch everybody up to speed. Not that anybody need to be caught up to speed. It's really been everywhere, man. Obviously, Ashley Janay was on vacation with her partner out in Tanzania, right? Someplace in Tanzania, vacation. He proposed to her on vacation and
It's her birthday. Celebrate her birthday.
celebrating the birthday. They got engaged. She was posting pictures while on vacation with the fiance and came up deceased. Family was notified allegedly. What 12 hours later is what they said. So what's your thoughts on this story, man?
I mean, my original thoughts was like, damn, like I feel like we hearing this a bit too much with these things occurring, but like again, we don't know the ins and outs of what's going on, so I'm not gonna like just jump to conclusions as to what happened. But then the internet start rolling with stuff and stories get dropped out, this and that. How she talked about this, how she talked about that, his history of dating, and I'm like, oh man, they don't never know what truly happened. But I know there was a big age gap, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So what we do know, based on confirmed reports, is that there's an age gap between them,
Different
and
races.
also they were separated at some point during their
Yeah,
stay
during the trip. Yep,
because
yep.
they got into an altercation, whether that be verbal or physical. I'm not sure,
Hmm.
but we do know that, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, that's all we know. As far as confirmed, everything else, to your point, is being speculated all over the internet. Whether he
I
did it,
mean,
he didn't do it.
yeah, first it was released as a suicide, and then they said he had something to do with it. I mean, I think, of course, everyone would lean more towards he had to have something to do with it. But then you also don't know what, she may have been battling internally. You know what I'm saying? So we wasn't there. We don't know what's going on. But based on most of the stuff I read and was seeing, like he was a frequent visitor of that same, place, resort or whatever, and they were familiar with him. Obviously she hadn't been the first person out there with him, I guess, from what I was reading. So ain't no telling, man. And in those countries, one of the clips I was watching, you could be bought. You know what I'm saying? The police could be bought. You know what I'm saying? You can, money take you a long way. So,
yeah,
mm,
yeah. I think yeah, this story was very interesting, man. I was more surprised how quickly it spread. Is what I'm saying, because I remember the first time I heard about the story. First thing I did, I was like looking her up because I didn't know who she was. They said she was an influencer. I thought I would have
I
noticed
seen,
her.
I seen one of our frat brothers post her. I think they knew her because she from down south, I guess.
Yeah, she from Miami or whatever.
Yeah,
Family
yeah,
from
yeah.
Miami or something like that. But
Hmm.
anyways, so I was just trying to see maybe if I recognize her in the influence space, and I didn't see it. But I think at the time that I looked her up, her social media, her Instagram account only had like 40,000 followers.
Yeah,
And I remember, as more details started coming out, I went back on her social media page, and her social media had grew to like 110, 120.
yeah,
Ain't no
yeah.
telling what it's at right now.
Right,
So, but essentially, I was trying to like understand how we got here. You feel me?
for sure.
First of all, condolences to the family having to bury their daughter, because of a tragedy. But the other aspect is like, it's a lot of questions, bro. It's a lot of questions on this one, bro.
Yeah.
It's a lot of questions.